Hey everyone, it's Jeff Wild. It is Saturday, August 26th here in Marina del Rey, California. I just want to take a minute to go over some trades that you could have taken over the past few days for my market reversal levels. And for this example, the chart is the pound yen 30 minute. And just before I get into it, people ask me, well, what kind of time frames can you use to trade this? You can use, my favorite is probably the 30 because simply I don't have to keep an eye on the charts all the time. Also, it filters out a lot of the noise, but it's not so big that, I need to use bigger stops. But anyway, the 15 is good, the 30, even the 60. If you have a lot of time to spend at your PC, you could fine tune it down to like the 5 minute. Okay, but for most examples, I'm going to show you the 30-minute chart. So basically, for those of you who are new to this, I post these market levels each weekend, and then these levels are high probability turning points for the following 5 trading days. So on this example, let me just squash this up a bit. The new trading week happened down in September 21st, and you can see that really we were kind of like in no man's land, just basically going sideways above my turning point down level, which is the black line, and my turning point up. Now, eventually the market rallied up and hit my first turning point down level. So you just don't blindly sell when you get there. You need some kind of technical trade setup. One of my favorites is when I get divergence on either the MACD or the stochastics. So notice that we had one swing high and a slightly higher swing high. The stochastics are starting to go down. That's divergence, okay? So once I have divergence near my level, I need some kind of like bearish candlestick pattern. Now if I just blow this up a little bit here, we have this this bearish candlestick, sort of like an inverted hammer. Then the bar following it, very bearish. So you can either short the low of this bar, okay, or short the low of the one below that. Eventually the market starts selling off. It did take a few hours to break down. Eventually it's textbook. It drops from our entry up here almost, let me just open this up here, 260 pips. All right, this is textbook. It doesn't always happen like this, but this is the goal to ride it from one level to another. So 260 pips on that trade. Then the idea is you have to see when it gets to the next level, what does it do? Well, it clearly blows through this. So you just keep waiting for something to happen. And basically, market comes down through it, it comes back up, and it's looking to test this previous support level, which is the red line. It goes up to it. It has a strong bearish close down. You could short below that bearish candlestick there. Okay, so in other words, this bar right here. And then the idea is to ride it to the next level. And another textbook trade. But one thing you do have to keep in mind is that the reality of trading is when you're sitting here through this thing, you're maybe 8, 9 hours of going sideways. Okay, you don't know what's happening, but you just have to go with the big picture and realize that the market will bounce from these levels. So market has another sell-off. It's well over 200, well, about 250 pips, somewhere in that area. Okay, so another beautiful trade. Then once you get to this level, you have to say, hey, let's see how it reacts. And it has a bunch of closes down below. When I have a bunch of closes down below, it shows that that support level is not holding. So I'm expecting a retest. Market comes back up. We have this bearish candlestick here. Okay, it's an inverted hammer. You could short off the low of that. We have a very small bar here. It's not an inside bar, but when the bars really start shrinking up, that's another sign that the market has lost momentum to the upside. If you're still not sure what to do, You could look at uh, this bar here. It's an inside bar, so it's almost like we have a little bit of a almost double top up in this area. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that some of you might have said, okay, market has come up above this level, all right, and you're saying, well, maybe it's finding support. Well, you need to look for clues that it's found support. And one way to know that it found support is you can look at these hammers here. You might say, okay, well, they are they're hammers, which could indicate support at that level. But notice that they're closed down. They're bearish candles. They're black. So I won't give that as much credence as if they were closed near their high. Okay. Now, this next bar, very strong bearish, or sorry, bullish, but you never got into the trade. In other words, what happened is I would be buying the break at that high. It didn't take it out. The fact that it didn't take out the high of that bullish candlestick invalidated any support we might have had. So when you start to get this bearish candlestick very strong here, you should be looking to go short again if you didn't get short over here. Okay, then finally it starts breaking down, goes to the next level. So keep in mind that we had another near 200 pip drop. So if you total it up, we had a massive run from starting up in the 150 area all the way down to maybe 143 roughly. So 700 pip drop. You had three possible trades here. I don't want to preach to the choir because I know there's a bunch of you doing really well with these levels, but I'm trying to get through to those of you who are ignoring them. I mean, here we are, one currency pair this week, a potential 700 pips, okay, for the taking, all right? Even if you got a third of it, how many of you are making that much? And also I want to say, I know so many people, they're spending thousands of dollars on education. They're having trouble making 30, 40 pips a week. So jump on this. I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm really trying to get people to notice this. And if I don't get more people, on board, I may just pull it down shortly. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you all have a great weekend and a very profitable week.